During the Third Shinobi World War, Obito Uchiha was crushed while saving Kakashi Hatake during the Kanabi Bridge mission. Believing he would die, he gave Kakashi his left Sharingan as a final gift. But White Zetsu, under Madara Uchiha's orders, rescued him and rebuilt his body using Hashirama Senju's cells. Madara began twisting Obito's ideals, leading to one tragic moment: Obito witnessing Rin's death at Kakashi's hand and awakening his Mangekyo Sharingan. But what if he had escaped the cave before that moment ever happened? The Kanabi Bridge disaster. The mission to destroy Kanabi Bridge represented a turning point in the Third Shinobi World War. Iwagakure used this bridge as a vital supply line, and destroying it would cripple their war effort. Minato Namikaze led Team Minato into this operation, with newly promoted Jonin Kakashi Hatake given tactical command while Minato assisted elsewhere. During the mission, Rin Nohara was captured by Iwagakure shinobi. Kakashi wanted to prioritize the mission over rescue. Obito refused to abandon their teammate. The disagreement highlighted their opposing philosophies. Kakashi believed those who abandoned the mission were scum, while Obito countered that those who abandoned their comrades were worse than scum. They rescued Rin, but during their escape through underground tunnels, enemy reinforcements arrived. Kakashi's left eye was destroyed by an enemy kunai. When Obito noticed Kakashi was about to be crushed by a falling boulder in his blind spot, he pushed his teammate to safety. The right side of Obito's body was completely crushed beneath the rubble. Iwa reinforcements continued compressing the rocks, making rescue impossible. With no escape possible, Obito made his final gift. He asked Rin to transplant his undamaged left Sharingan into Kakashi's destroyed eye socket as a belated promotion present. Rin performed the field surgery while rocks continued closing in. Once finished, Kakashi used his new Sharingan to kill the enemy ninja Kako. The remaining Iwa forces compressed the rubble further, forcing Kakashi and Rin to abandon Obito. As rocks tightened around him, Obito reflected that he had finally become friends with Kakashi and never confessed his feelings to Rin. Madara's intervention. Obito did not die in that cave. The collapsing tunnel connected to an underground passage leading to Mountain's graveyard. White Zetsu, following orders from Madara Uchiha, retrieved the dying teenager. Madara had been monitoring Konohagakure for years, searching for a successor to carry out his Eye of the Moon plan. Madara was ancient and frail, connected to the demonic statue of the Outer Path to sustain his life. He had awakened the Rinnegan, but knew he could not complete his plan personally. He had transplanted his Rinnegan into young Nagato Uzumaki years earlier, intending for Nagato to eventually resurrect him. However, he needed an agent to guide events until that resurrection. Obito was the perfect candidate. When White Zetsu brought Obito to the underground hideout, Madara assessed the damage. Obito's right Sharingan had survived intact in its socket. The entire right side of his body from the neck down was completely destroyed. Madara removed the irreparable tissue and replaced it with limbs cultivated from Hashirama Senju's cells. The integration process required chakra receivers threaded through Obito's body and deep Zetsu biomass grafting, giving Madara multiple points of control should the young Uchiha ever turn against him. Obito felt indebted to Madara for saving his life. He began lengthy rehabilitation, working with White Zetsu and a spiral-faced Zetsu he nicknamed Guru Guru to adapt to his replacement limbs. The Hashirama cells gave him enhanced healing and access to wood release techniques through the Zetsu armor. Throughout recovery, Madara lectured about his plan to save the world through the Eye of the Moon plan. Obito disregarded these teachings. His only goal was recovering enough strength to return to Konoha and help his friends. Before we continue exploring this scenario, make sure to subscribe if you are finding value in this analysis. The canonical escape. In the original timeline, Obito's rehabilitation took considerable time. One day, Guru Guru informed Obito that Kakashi and Rin were in danger, fighting Kirigakure ninja. Guru Guru bonded with Obito's body as living armor to compensate for his weakness. They rushed toward the battlefield. When they arrived, Obito witnessed Kakashi's Chidori piercing through Rin's chest. Everything had been orchestrated by Madara. Kirigakure shinobi, manipulated by the elderly Uchiha, had kidnapped Rin and sealed the three tails inside her. They programmed it so the tailed beast would rampage through Konoha once she returned. Rin realized she had become a weapon aimed at her village. Unable to take her own life due to the curse tag, she begged Kakashi to kill her. He refused. During battle with pursuing Kirigakure ninja, Rin threw herself into Kakashi's Chidori attack, dying to protect her village. The sight of Rin's death and Kakashi's apparent betrayal shattered Obito's worldview. The trauma caused both their Sharingan to evolve into the Mangekyo Sharingan simultaneously. Obito's Mangekyo granted him Kamui, a space-time technique allowing him to become intangible and teleport objects. Combined with Guru's wood release sprouting from his body, Obito massacred every Kirigakure ninja present. He cradled Rin's lifeless body while ignoring the unconscious Kakashi. Obito returned to Madara, his spirit broken. He agreed that reality was worthless and should be destroyed. He vowed to create a new world where he, Rin, and Kakashi could be together. Madara taught Obito everything: the Eye of the Moon plan, advanced Uchiha techniques, and the power of the Rinnegan. Before dying, Madara told Obito to act as Madara Uchiha until his resurrection. The alternate timeline. In this scenario, Obito's recovery accelerates. The Hashirama cells integrate better, or his determination drives him harder. Obito completes recovery several weeks faster. When Guru informs Obito that Kakashi and Rin are in danger, Obito can move independently. He uses Guru as armor for support. They travel faster. Obito arrives minutes earlier. He reaches the clearing as Kirigakure ninja surround Kakashi and Rin. Rin has realized the Three Tails truth and begged Kakashi to kill her. Kakashi activates his Chidori. Rin prepares to throw herself into its path. Obito crashes through the trees, Guru's biomass extending like armor. Kakashi recognizes him despite the white coloring. Rin cries out. The Kirigakure forces hesitate. Guru's wood release sprouts from the armor, entangling the pursuers. The Zetsu phases Obito through attacks, while Hashirama cells grant enhanced strength. Kakashi tries to help, but Obito and Guru eliminate the threat alone. With danger eliminated, Rin explains, the Three Tails sealed inside her, the curse tag, the programming to unleash the beast on Konoha. Kakashi refuses to kill her. Obito proposes returning to Madara's hideout. The elderly Uchiha might help. Confronting Madara, they travel to Mountain's graveyard. Madara's plan to break Obito through Rin's death has failed, but he adapts. He examines Rin's seal and confirms the curse tag prevents self-harm, and the Three Tails will activate if she approaches Konoha. He could remove both, but demands payment. Obito must hear the Eye of the Moon plan and consider its merits. Obito agrees. Over hours, Madara explains his philosophy. The shinobi world creates endless cycles of war. The infinite Tsukuyomi would trap everyone in perfect dreams, eliminating conflict. He reveals the Sage of Six Paths, the Ten Tails, and his battles with Hashirama. This time, Obito listens from strength rather than despair. Rin lives. Kakashi fights beside him. Madara's words hold less power when Obito's worldview remains intact. Obito rejects the plan. Real bonds between real people matter more than perfect dreams. His painful experiences made him who he is. Erasing that reality would dishonor everyone's struggles. Madara keeps his word. The extraction proves complex. Bijou extraction normally kills the host. Rin lacks Uzumaki vitality. Madara grafts Hashirama cells onto her chakra network, boosting her life force. Using yin-yang release, he stabilizes her while redirecting the beast's chakra through receivers into the demonic statue. The statue acts as an intermediate vessel, drawing Isobu away gradually rather than extracting violently. The process takes hours and pushes Rin to death's edge multiple times. When it ends, Rin survives, weakened with permanent chakra network scarring. She will never have typical Jonin reserves, but she lives. Madara tells them to leave. Obito thanks him. Madara responds that Obito will return when the world breaks him. The three teammates leave together. The consequences. Team Minato reunites in full. Minato arrives to find all three students alive, including Obito, who was believed dead. The fourth Hokage feels immense relief and pride. Obito explains a modified version of events, claiming a wandering hermit saved him and taught him wood release techniques. He omits details about Madara to protect the secret. The Third Shinobi World War ends shortly after the Kanabi Bridge's destruction. Just as in the original timeline, Minato's heroics and Team Minato's survival become legendary. When Hiruzen Sarutobi steps down as Hokage to establish peace, Minato becomes the fourth Hokage as expected. The key difference emerges in the years that follow. Obito never falls into despair. He never adopts Madara's identity. He never manipulates Nagato and the Akatsuki. The conspiracy between Hanzo and Danzo Shimura to eliminate Yahiko proceeds without Obito's interference. Whether the Akatsuki survives this betrayal depends on factors beyond Obito's control. Most critically, the Nine-Tails attack never occurs. In the original timeline, Obito attacked Konoha on the day Kushina Uzumaki gave birth to Naruto. He extracted the Nine-Tails from Kushina and controlled it with his Sharingan, forcing it to rampage through the village. Minato and Kushina died, sealing the beast into their newborn son. Without Obito orchestrating this attack, Minato lives, Kushina lives, Naruto grows up with his parents. The political landscape changes dramatically. The Uchiha clan never comes under suspicion for the Nine-Tails attack because the attack never happens. The tensions that led to the Uchiha clan downfall never escalate the same way. Fugaku Uchiha received no recognition for his efforts during the Third Shinobi World War, creating resentment, but without the additional trauma of Nine-Tails' suspicion, the clan's rebellion may be avoided or resolved peacefully. Itachi Uchiha grows up in a very different environment. He was traumatized by the Third Shinobi World War's violence, driving his desperate desire for peace. Without being forced to massacre his entire clan to prevent a coup, Itachi follows a different path. He might become a respected jonin of Konoha, working alongside his younger brother Sasuke, without the weight of genocide on his soul. Obito himself faces difficult choices about his future. The Hashirama cells grant him tremendous power and enhanced healing. His Sharingan remains at the standard 3 Tomoe level without the trauma needed to awaken the Mangekyo. But his base abilities combined with the physical enhancements make him formidable. Does he reveal his survival publicly or maintain his cover as dead? Does he remain in Konoha or operate in the shadows? These questions shape his path forward. Rin continues her career as a medical ninja. Her experience as a temporary Jinchuriki provides unique insights into tailed beast sealing, potentially making her valuable for future situations involving Jinchuriki. Her survival preserves the gentle moral center of Team Minato. Kakashi's development follows a different trajectory. He still receives the Sharingan from Obito, but without killing Rin, one source of his crushing guilt vanishes. He may still join ANBU to deal with war trauma, but his psychological state remains healthier. When he eventually becomes a Jonin instructor for Team 7, he teaches from a place of greater emotional stability. Leave your thoughts in the comments about how Obito's survival would change Konoha's future. The Akatsuki and beyond. Without Obito manipulating events, the Akatsuki follows a different path. In the original timeline, Obito approached the fledgling Akatsuki, claiming to be Madara, offering support while secretly plotting to use Nagato's Rinnegan. He arranged Yahiko's death, transforming Nagato into pain and the organization into a criminal syndicate collecting tailed beasts. In this alternate timeline, the Akatsuki either collapses or continues as Yahiko envisioned, a genuine peace organization. Without Obito's manipulation, Nagato never becomes pain. The organization never transforms into a criminal force. Many S-rank criminals who joined in the original timeline pursue different paths. Nagato's Rinnegan still exists, implanted years earlier by Madara. However, without Obito to activate it properly and guide its use toward resurrecting Madara, the Rinnegan remains dormant or develops through Nagato's own experiences. The outer path powers never manifest the way they did with Pain. This creates cascading effects. Pain never attacks Konoha. Jiraiya potentially survives. Naruto never has his crucial development fighting Pain and learning about the cycle of hatred. When the Fourth Shinobi World War should have occurred, it simply doesn't. Kabuto has no Obito to partner with. Madara remains dead. The allied shinobi forces never form. Kaguya Otsutsuki never returns. Conclusion. If Obito escaped Madara's cave before witnessing Rin's death, the entire Naruto universe transforms. The Eye of the Moon plan dies with Madara. The Nine-Tails attack never destroys Konoha. Minato and Kushina raise Naruto together. The Uchiha clan survives intact. The Akatsuki never becomes criminal. The Fourth Shinobi World War never occurs. This alternate timeline demonstrates how a single moment cascades across decades. Obito's transformation required specific conditions: severe trauma, isolation, and manipulation, culminating in witnessing Rin's death. Remove that final betrayal, and everything changes. The scenario reveals the fragility of elaborate plans. Madara orchestrated decades of preparation, but his scheme depended on breaking one teenage boy at precisely the right moment. arrive minutes earlier, and the entire conspiracy collapses. Both timelines offer lessons. The canon timeline shows that even the deepest darkness can find redemption. This alternate timeline suggests that preventing trauma proves superior to healing it, and that maintaining hope shields us from despair's seductive logic. Obito's original dream was becoming Hokage. In canon, he became history's greatest villain before finding redemption in death. In this timeline, he might achieve his childhood dream, serving as Hokage after Minato and guiding the village with wisdom earned through suffering overcome rather than suffering that consumed him. Obito's survival with his idealism intact proves that heroes are defined not by surviving tragedy, but by how they respond to it. Those who cling to their bonds through the darkest moments can change the world. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.